when all these items were purchased. My head was spinning and I didn't really pay heed when Mum told the assistant that John will go for the embroidery option. Now I understand, as in sizable ornate embroidery. In the middle of the large love heart on the front of my knickers is the word John. I gulped but said nothing as I picked up the suspender belt with trembling fingers and passed it to my mother. "Thank you," she chirped, before fastening it around my waist and clipping the 4 straps to the tops of my stockings, thus holding them in place. I suggested that maybe a pair of tights would have been easier than all this stockings and suspender faff. "You should have said if you wanted tights instead," Mum replied as she fastened the final suspender clip. "I'm not a mind reader, you know," she added with a smile. With a heavy heart, I picked up the knickers and stepped into them. They looked worse on me than they did on the bed. And with my name elegantly embroidered on the front. There's no denying that they are mine. The gap between the lace-trimmed leg holes and the tops of my stockings is minimal. The satin bows on the suspender clips only add to just how prissy and sissy my underwear looks. These, along with the bow on the waistband of my knickers, form the 3 corners of a triangle that seem to frame the big frilly love heart, which itself frames my very own name. I bet even girls don't have their name on their knickers. I pull in the little vest and Mum steps back to admire me. "You look so nice in your new undies, it's a shame to cover them up," she said as she took hold of my dress. To be honest, donning the dress and hiding my underwear came as a great relief. My mother told me how nice I look before turning me around and rooting inside my dress for the straps so she could fasten it properly. Since it hangs from my shoulders, I can't see the point of this additional internal fastening around my chest. Being an inquisitive type, I asked about it. "It's to stop you from taking your dress off," Mum told me. "But I'll have to take it off at bedtime," I retort. "You will," Mum replied. "But without my help that won't happen," she added. After slipping my feet into my shoes, my mother slipped the 2 hair slides into my hair and announced that I was almost ready. She removed an item from her pocket and looked me in the eye as she removed its lid and twisted it to reveal a glistening pale pink lipstick. "No, please Mum. Not lipstick too," I begged. My mother smiled and told me that on top of my nice new undies and my pretty blue dress, a little bit of lipstick isn't going to make any difference. "And whilst you're petticoated, you'll call me Mummy, not Mum," she added. "What?" I gasped. "You heard me," Mum said. "Now what do you call me?" she asked. She asked me several times and issued several threats before I eventually uttered the word Mummy. "Good boy," she said. "Now let's see how this shade looks." She smiled before showing me how to apply the lipstick. "That looks lovely," she gushed. "Where's your handbag?" "I don't know," I muttered. Mum gave me one of those looks, before suggesting a nicer way in which I could reply to her. After several hints, I swallowed my pride and mumbled, "I don't know, Mummy." "Maybe it's in your wardrobe." "Maybe it is." I sheepishly opened its doors and saw the pale blue round leather handbag hanging there. I reluctantly removed it, but noticed something else in there that shouldn't be. "You seemed so taken by it, I just had to buy it for you," my mother said as I groped at the navy blue sailor dress. "What for?" I whined. "I only need one dress and that's for Peter's party." "As I said, you were so taken by it. I just had to buy it for you," she reiterated before encouraging me to thank her properly. "Thank you, Mummy," I muttered.